What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at another Pokemon TCG Pocket deck, and we are looking at Tapu Koko Zeraora today. These cards came out in the latest set, and I think they are super cool, so we're going to take a look at a deck featuring them today. The Zeraora has the Thunderclap Flash ability. It says at the end of your first turn, take a lightning energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon, and then the lightning claw attack, it does 50 damage for 2 lightning energy. Then we've got the Tapu Koko EX with the Plasma Hurricane attack. For 1 lightning does 20, and you take a lightning energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon, and then Mach Bolt does 90. We've also got that Safeguard Oricorio in the deck, and the Fragrant Flower Garden Shaman for some healing. 1x speed, 2 Pokeballs, a red card, the new Repel item card that just switches out our opponent's active basic Pokemon to the bench. Then they choose a new active Pokemon. 2 Rocky Helmets for a little bit more damage output when our opponents hit into us. 2 Research, 2 Pokemon Center Lady for healing, a Cyrus, Iono, and a Guzma. So we're going to take this deck out onto the ranked match ladder and see how we can do with it. But while we're jumping into this first game, don't forget to leave a like on this video and subscribe to our channel, as that really helps us grow the channel. Leave a comment down below what you think of our TCG Pocket content here. Jumping into this first game, Tails means we are going second, which is great. That means we get that energy attachment for turn, and we can attack. And that Tapu Koko's got a great first attack to start the game with that Plasma Hurricane, 20 damage, and then we get to attach another energy. So great way to start the game here. Looks like we're going up against Darkrai deck. Could be the Darkrai Giratina deck that has been very popular for a while. Hold on to our Repel. That's probably going to be pretty good in this matchup since they are all basics. Then Shaman's going to probably be pretty good in this matchup as well, just healing off from those Darkrai pings. There's the Giratina coming down. There's the Broken Space Bellow for turn. All right. So we've got double Rocky Helmet here. We're going to play a Pokeball. Hope to find a Zeraora so we can prop that ability this turn. That's going to be great. All right, we're getting a total of 3 energy into play on this turn, which is super nice. We will go Rocky Helmet on the Koko and Rocky Helmet on the Zeraora. I'm happy to just Plasma Hurricane here. And then there's the Thunderclap Flash. I think Thunderclap Flash would be way better. This card would, I mean, it's okay, but I think this ability should go every turn. That would be sick. Rocky Helmet coming down onto the Darkrai. That's why we saved that Repel there. There's the Nightmare Aura doing 20 damage to our Tapu Koko, but we'll be able to heal some of that off with the Shaman. And then the Broken Space Bellow. I think we will Shaman here. And then a Mach Bolt for 90. $20 back to us. If they don't retreat out of this Darkrai this turn, we can just knock it out with the Zeraora. They just Broken Space Bellowed without attaching. That seems bad for them, but they can attach for turn there. Alright, so we're going to attach for turn onto our Zeraora. We're going to use that Fragrant Flower Garden. Retreat into the Zeraora. And then we'll Lightning Claw. That'll get us the knockout on the Darkrai. Just need one more KO for the game. If they just have the Cyrus, we're cooked. So maybe I should have used that Pokemon Center Lady to fully heal up the Tapu Koko. But I think we'll see. They have the Guzma. That's also unfortunate. All right, so what we have to do here this turn is bring up the Giratina and have them have no way to retreat out of it. So we need to Repel. The Safeguard Oricorio would have been nice earlier as well. I will actually put that down. Fragrant Flower Garden here. And then we're going to repel. As long as they don't have a leaf, I think we should win. But if they have a way to retreat, they will knock out this Tapu Koko. There's the leaf, and they get the knockout. So, unfortunate that we didn't have our Oricorio earlier in that game. Did we ever even find a research? Yeah, we never even had a research. So, that's unfortunate, but we did make it somewhat close. Forced him to have that leaf to get out of that second Giratina. Going to jump into a game 2 with this deck and see if we can't do a little bit better in a second game. All right, there we go. We're going second here. Starting the Oricorio this time. Dark energy in our opponent's energy zone, so this could be the Darkrai Giratina again. And that would be really good for us as long as we can find our Shaman to keep this guy healed of the Darkrai pings. The Lego coming down. And a leaf to retreat out into the Neolego. Hopefully we can find a research in this game. Sometimes you just don't find your researches in TCG Pocket, and then you're in trouble. But hopefully we can find a few in this game. Giant Cape coming down onto the Darkrai. There's the research. I'm going to research first because I want to draw into more basic Pokemon. And then we will Pokeball. Hoping to find that Tapu Koko here. This is the Shaman. That's all right as well. We're going to go attach for turn onto the Oricorio. And then we'll end our turn here. I'm happy to hold a bigger hand so that Iono can draw us more cards next turn. Research from our opponent as well. A second Neolego would let them do 50 to our Oricorio with poison between turns. That would be a little bit much. Obviously, they can't attack this turn, but next turn. There's our Tapu Koko. All right, and then we will zap here. And then what we'll do next turn is, as long as they don't heal, we can knock out that Neolego with the Plasma Hurricane attack to get some extra energy on this Tapu Koko, as it is our strongest attacker in the deck. Doing 90 is the most damage that we can do. There's the Pokemon Center Lady. That's kind of annoying. Now we might have to attack with the Zeraora. Well, I guess we can just attack. Well, the poison and the potion. All right, they got everything. All right. So we're going to have to... We have some decisions to make for sure. Rocky Helmet would have been good in hindsight on the Oricorio. Poison going to do 20 here, so we have to retreat out of the Oricorio. There's another research. That's nice. Repel is good. All right, I'm going to go attach to Zeraora. Attach Rocky Helmet. X Speed. Go to the Zeraora. Put the Shaman down. Fragrant Flower Garden. And we will Lightning Claw. And if they attack into us, pending any more healing on their end, they should knock themselves out with our Rocky Helmet. Or a Guzma. I guess they could play a Guzma. There's a research, though, so no Guzma. No Pokemon Center Lady. But we could see another Potion. There are no targets in the deck. They are literally just playing... Unless they have... I guess they could have more basics in hand, but... I don't know why they wouldn't bench them. Interesting. Right, there's the Nightmare Aura coming down onto our Zeraora. Potion healing up the Nihilego here. Alright, new wave. Will poison us. Going to do 20 with the poison. 20 back to them with the Rocky Helmet. Alright, now we are in a position where we can attack with the Tapu Koko. Fragrant Flower Garden here. Retreat into the Tapu Koko. And Plasma Hurricane for the knockout. Now we just got to get through this Darkrai, and that'll be game. With the Oricorio on our side, we should be all right through this Darkrai. There's the Nightmare Aura onto our Tapu Koko. And the concession from our opponent. So, it will win that game. First game didn't quite go our way. We didn't find our Oricorio or researches. The second game, we found our Oricorio and our researches, and things went a little bit better. We're going to jump into a game 3, see how we can do here. All right, game 3 with the Tapu Koko Zeraora deck. Starting the Zeraora, we're going second. Got Iona Guzma, Pokeball Repel in hand. Going up against the Giratina Gardevoir deck. So, our Oricorio can help us a little bit in this matchup, but not quite as much as just in the straight Darkrai Giratina matchup. They're starting off with a good start here. Hopefully our top deck is sick. Research would be nice. There's the Broken Space Bellow. Alright, double Pokeball in hand. Alright, hoping for second Zeraora here. Nope. Alright, we'll bench the Koko. Attach return onto the Koko. Just end our turn there. I think we're in trouble in this matchup, to be honest with you. I think this Giratina is going to wreck us. There's a second Giratina come down. Alright, so we're going to Iono here. Just need a better hand than that. There's the Oricorio, there's a Zeraora, there's an X-Speed. Alright, so maybe this can buy us a couple turns. That would be nice. It's really too bad the Zeraora's ability doesn't proc, like on the turn it's put into play, so that you could at least power up the second one, you know? Oh well. Alright, Oricorio maybe can buy us a couple turns here against the Giratina. There's a Ghastly. There's a Research. All right, they're out of researches, and we can red card them next turn. Hopefully they don't just have the Gardevoir. Attach return onto the Kirlia, and then probably a Broken Space Bellow. All right, there it is. All right. Now, got to decide what to do. I think if they had the Gardevoir in hand, they would have just played it down. So I'm going to assume they don't have the Gardevoir. I'm not going to try to red card them into it. Not really interested in doing that for them. There's a Pokeball. Team Rocket Grunt. Oh, we really need a Tails here. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. So, what that means is we're not repowering up this Oricorio. There's the Candy into Gengar. Holy cow. So if they get the Guardy, we die, but if they don't, we win. So I think we have to risk it. Oh, all right. So if they don't get the Guardy here, we kill their Kirlia. Attach return onto the Giratina suggests they do not have the Guardy here. There's a potion onto the Kirlia. Are they going to retreat out of it? No, they're just going to slap again. Okay. Okay, now here's the question. Do we bring up the Tina? Oh, they just conceded. All right. I was going to risk a lot that turn, potentially. But they ended up conceding there. So, let's see. All right. Well, we were able to go 2-1 with the Tapu Koko Zeraora deck. Pretty cool deck. Certainly can be a little bit weak to those big EX decks. Obviously, if they have a way through Oricorio, it can be really rough. That's about your only way to beat something like a Giratina. Tapu Koko is just getting one shot by that. But overall, I think this is a really fast, fun, consistent deck, and I think you should give it a shot. But don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.